And welcome back. We're picking where we left off last time in the Long Dark, where our character is going to be trying to recover from the more recent bear maul we had. And yeah, I have a little bit of coal here, so we don't need to be worried about coal. Let's do what repairs we can. I might actually be a little low in cuts. Oh, I thought I'd left some scrap metal here. I have some problems that I didn't leave any scrap metal here, because I would like to have repaired the crampons. Okay, not seeing any scrap metal, so no crampon repairs will be happening. I could check out, and may check out, because I'm not going to go back to Forlorn Muskeg in the current hit point state. Or not, camp office. Maybe I left it over to camp office. Okay. In the meantime, to get a little bit of recovery, let's start repairing some of the valuable stuff we have, both to warm up and to burn a little bit of fatigue. There we go. Repaired that. Could repair that again, but it would be a little bit less efficient.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Don't have the deer hide we need for that. Unless we do have the leather, so we'll do that repair next. Don't have a bear hide on me here, so we can't do that repair. We have the best outside or inside? We have it inside right now, so we'll swap the state. Bear hide provides both using wind and warmth protection, but the wind protection only applies to the exterior one, so you always want to make sure you have the best one on the outside if you're wearing two like I am. That's also why I have the wool skin on the outside. Pretty sure I have the outside. Shit. Yeah, this is the outer layer. On the pants. So we take this off, we'll... Alright, if we put it the other way around, we have less wind protection, right? So I've got the right way around. Would like to repair the crampons. We're not equipped to do that. It was showing me the repairs for that. Oh, maybe that's because I was in this menu when I was looking at it. Yeah. Okay, anything else I want to repair? Probably want to repair those. Probably makes sense to do the shirt repair, but not the hat repair from wearing that hat. Okay, leave this sewing kit behind to save a little bit of weight as we move on to the next location. You know, somewhat annoyingly, that was the last of the sewing kit, so these... Oh, actually, there's some on the table here. Just pick some up. Swap the next one. Yeah, we'll do that. Oh, that's one solution to my crampon problem. So what I'm going to do is because I'm just found a better pair of crampons that we had from earlier. We'll leave the better pair here, or we'll take the better pair with us. We'll leave the better one behind, and we'll leave the pair of tools we need to repair the better one here. So that when the time comes to fix that, but I do want to refix that. We have all the equipment we need nearby to fix it. I think heavy hammers can be repaired. And based on where I'm going, we probably do want to take a heavy hammer with us. So you can repair that, yeah. There's no repairing of a crowbar. Crowbars are deletable, they do run out. Let's go with 4 of you. We'll take the ruined pinnacle peaches. One thing of cooking oil with us. We got one thing of cooking oil, that's good. We'll take the lower quality flour with us. So the 1.4 kilograms. We'll leave the perfect quality behind. Take the running river oats. Take you. Then we just want to get back down to weight the ruined one here. Or at least what we can of the ruined one. Leave the rest of that next to the door. And I want to lose a bit more weight. We're a bit heavy. And most of this is not, at this point, fuel. Right? We actually got pretty light on the fuel. Tools, what are we heavy on? Well, we got a lot of torches. Surprisingly, a lot of good torches at this point, because we've basically gone through everything that is a bad torch. So we'll have to make a pile of torches. Yeah, we'll drop like 3 torches. Close enough. Okay, so I think I should leave the rest of the crafting stuff behind. Leave the hides on the floor. Leave you behind, leave you behind, you. We'll put, oh, add the gut pile. Add the gut pile. Oh, I do have the equipment to repair, and if that's the case, I should. Bedroll, I think. Yeah. While we still have some daylight. Get that back to perfect. Oh, and there was an 83% chance of failure, and we failed, so we're out of time again, so it's going to stay that quality. Okay, do want to shed off like another 10 kilograms. And yeah, we're gonna be a little heavy because of the hammer here. And tools, so it's probably gonna be food. Yeah, it's food is where we gotta lose the weight, so I'm gonna leave some food behind. I'm thinking leaving mostly the pickles behind. They're a bit heavy for their calories. We'll leave them by the door. So take 2 things of pickles with us, leave the rest behind. Let's see what that leaves us at. Oh, I need to lose more weight than that. I have rose hips with me, so I can make rose hip pie, so actually I'll just go ahead and leave the rest of it behind and the potato. And we still need to lose weight. Oh, I forgot enough visibility to get back. Yeah, empty drawer. We're gonna make the empty drawer not empty anymore. Obviously don't need as many crow feathers, so we'll leave the whole half kilogram crow feathers behind. That's better. Still gonna lose more weight. Still gonna lose. Well, we're about a hammer heavy at this point. Yeah, we'll leave some of the cured meat behind. Okay, apparently we're not mostly leaving the cured meat behind. We're leaving all the cured meat behind. Okay, at that point, we're at the appropriate weight to go. So if the weather is nice, the weather does appear to be nice, we're gonna go check out Trappers. Not Trappers, we were at Trappers. Check out the camp office and see if we got any scrap metal there. If we do, we'll come back here and repair one set of crampons. Probably the set I'm actually wearing, honestly, because I think there's only 2 things of scrap metal there if I left them where I thought they did. Granted, I thought I left them here, so may not find any scrap metal. I'll do a little more inventory triage there, because we might find some more stuff we want to pick up. And then from there, well, we're going to take a nice long rest. Probably try to pass the entire night through and leave in the good morning weather to go into Forlorn. Forlorn Muskeg, which is the plan. We've been delayed by a bear, but the plan is still the plan. Would just like to get most of my condition back before we initiate the plan. How cold is it, actually? -8. Okay, so we don't quite have enough sticks on us, so we'd have to use a little bit of coal, which I don't want to do. I want to save it for long. But we may find some sticks on the walk over there, in which case we might stop and make a fire. Make some water. Do need to be a little bit careful in that we are low enough in condition. I would not want to take a struggle with a wolf. I tend to find with the improvised axe that you can generally take a struggle as long as you're over 50% with a wolf and come out alive. But right now that looks like 40, somewhere in the 40 to 50 range, so uncomfortably low. I would not guarantee that we'd survive a wolf struggle. So I'd want to avoid one at almost all costs. Not getting particularly lucky with the sticks right now. Oh, there's one. Complain about it, and the game does grant you one. Just to make your complaint go away. I'd complain more about being low on birch bark, but we've got 8 things of birch bark ready to make into tea, so that's actually one reason to want to make a fire, so that I can make some birch bark tea up. Okay, we're in dusk. Dusk is usually the warm portion of the night, which is why we're comfortable. So the temperature is just starting to drop. Drop below 10. Well, I think we just hit 10. -10. And by -10, I mean feels like -10, so with our older equipment on, it only feels like -10. It's probably even colder because this is Interloper.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
That's why I wear multiple bear coats, for example. It's just to counteract how cold Interloper is. Okay, so -9, and I've got 9 sticks, so I should just about be able to make a warm fire. So I'm going to gather a bit of firewood for duration here.
Something's gotta go.
And we're going to harvest cedar wood. Just wear our character out a little bit. Because it's obviously too dark to do any more repairing. So even if we find the scrap metal when we get there, I'm not going to want to use it right away.
Never felt so cold in my life.
I'm on fire, you should get warm. There we go. Make a couple things. grains of birch bark tea. The fire we're next to is not particularly warm, but it doesn't need to be. So could make peach pie. I don't want to make peach pie right now for various reasons. That might be one way. Once we get healed, and that's actually the main reason I don't want to make peach pie, is because it's not necessarily gonna help us lose fatigue to get covered. I spooked it. I done did spooked it. So, for food value, I've got running roads, which will be probably good for the following day when we're trying to move around. Because it will give us a warming up bonus. Not necessarily super useful right now. Because I could make some bannock at the cost of some of the flour. How's the water? Oh, plenty of water, okay. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make up a batch of bannock. Just to have some calories to keep the character fed.
Too heavy.
Okay, time to get into the shelter. Because we're no longer warm out here. We do a little bit of sprinting here to avoid taking too much condition damage. Yeah, and the deer didn't run off particularly far, but it ran out far enough I didn't want to chase it. That's the same deer from earlier, I'm guessing. See how the condition looks after we take this nice long rest. Worst case scenario, we can put the snares out and sort of camp out here for a bit to recover. Got stones to sharpen stuff. We got stuff to read. Oh no, those are the ruined ones. Okay, don't have any whetstones to sharpen stuff. That is an illusion of my mind. We got stuff to cook if I need to cook. Got some tea. Got some firewood. Got the radio if an aurora comes up. Not seeing any scrap metal, so maybe I misplaced my scrap metal, which would be a shame. Definitely use some. Got some cured maple here. Can I lift it upstairs? We'll see. No. I don't know what I did with my scrap metal, but I've misplaced it. We didn't necessarily have much to start with, so it's not surprising that it's missing. And it's not the end of the world because it's 2 pieces. If I go ahead and acquire one of the hacksaws, I can definitely make more than 2 very rapidly. Okay, let's hydrate, sleep the night away, and we'll see what the weather looks like in the morning. the Interloper, so we only sleep 10. You would normally sleep on Stalker and below 12. On Interloper, the difficulty's turned up enough that one of the knobs that's been turned is how rapidly you dehydrate. So if you sleep 12, you'd be dehydrated for 2, so you would take a little bit of damage, which offsets the recovery, which is why you don't do that. Okay, so if I needed more cooking oil, there's some here. I think our 0.3 liters is enough. And we're gonna leave our firewood here. At some point, we'll probably use this firewood for fishing. Because that's what it's good for. That's the thing the firewood's very good for. There's a reasonably close fishing cabin, so that's why we're slowly stockpiling firewood here. Okay, if the weather is good, we're gonna start going out to map. If the weather's terrible, we're gonna hunker down. Until the weather gets better.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. It's a sunny, albeit cold day, which is often the case, in my experience. It's a flyover? Yeah, it's just a flyover. Oh wait, it's sunny, so I'm going to take advantage of it being sunny to start a fire using the sun, and I'm going to carry a lit torch with me. I only have enough coal with me to make 2 fires worth of warmth, but I do have enough sticks with me right now that if I need to, I can probably make a fire that will last long enough to make porridge. Get a warming up bonus from porridge. And or, well, probably and or some birch bark tea. And with that in mind, let's actually do... I'm not saying stuff to grab, let's do some sprinting and get into Forlorn Muskeg proper. Because I ideally want to do those warming up fires in the Muskeg, where we can do some mapping with them. Rather than here in Mountain Town, especially in the portion of Mountain Town where I've already mapped. Though at the same time, I think the first place I'm going to go in Forlorn Muskeg is the place I'd probably grab coal in Forlorn Muskeg, so don't need to be the most conservative with a little bit of coal, which is why I didn't grab a lot, to be fair.
Can't feel my feet.
Okay, if I want to avoid taking damage,
Might
this
have to
is
drop some
where
gear.
I need to drop a fire... Oh, there's another hammer here. There's another hammer here. We're going to leave that hammer there, because I don't have the carrying capacity for it. At this point, that means I have more hammers than I have forges. Which probably means I will take one of them down to the coast, and we will use it as our fishing hole opener.
Wait. I'm so cold and warming up again.
Okay, this actually looks like a decent place to start a very short fire. I'm going to try to get a warming up bonus. So I'm going to do birch bark tea, porridge, drink the hot birch bark tea, drink the hot porridge. So I think for that I need 3 sticks in the fire. So you're going to be my fresh cup of tea. Make the porridge. So we're taking a little bit of condition damage while we're doing this prop on the porridge. We drink the tea, which gives us a warming up bonus, which should give us enough time to break apart this stick to recover the sticks that we used in the fire. Then we can eat the porridge, it'll give us another warming up bonus. And we pick our stuff up.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
And we basically pull 2 sticks worth of torches out of the fire. And off we go. Okay, that warming up bonus is not going to last long, but it's something. And it mainly also give us calories, I suppose, so.
I need to find some place to
allows me
escape
to
this
sprint a
cold.
little bit more. So, up there, obviously, is one of the places we want to map, so that is a goal to get up there. Not sure that's where I'm going to go first. I gotta go pretty close to a close-by cave. I might go to the cave first. Even though the cave is the crow flies from where we are right now a little bit farther away. But, well, that's a little bit farther away than the crow flies anyway, so. Grabbing some sticks when I see them. Keep my head on the swivel. Sometimes there's wolves in this area. More commonly on stock in there on Interloper. Oops. Got a stick. Drop the torch. Pull the next torch out. This torch isn't that much better. We're going to be swapping this torch real quick.
Die if I don't warm up soon.
Alright, before we get on the thin ice, drop torch, swap torch, better torch. Anyhow, so I'm pretty sure that cave is a place we need to map. So we're going to go to that cave entrance and map there. I'm surprised. I don't think this is the one we're looking for. Abandoned camp. Yeah, it's not the abandoned camp we're looking for. There's a pry bar there. We don't need that pry bar right now. There's a little bit of food supplies there, but again, we don't really need the food supplies either. So I'm going to map that cave, then we're going to go up and map that location. And I'm cold enough, I am taking condition damage right now, which is not desirable, but I have to work with it. Then we'll probably double back into that cave and look for some coal. Yeah, I know there's a wolf. I got a torch, so he shouldn't actually give me too much of a problem. So this is the transition cave over into Bleak Inlet. I think every time we've been here, we haven't been in a weather that was appropriate for mapping, which is why it's not mapped. But today is the day we fix that, because this is definitely appropriate mapping weather. So we're gonna get this mapped.
Come on.
2 pieces of coal in it. There we go. 2 cave system. That is one of our definite locations we need to map. And have I fully contained... No, I got 32 minutes left on the buff there. So I'm going to make some porridge. We're also going to make some water. 4 calories. Well, making water... Making the porridge for calories. Keep those 2 right way around. I don't like that a wind has picked up. We're apparently reasonably protected here from that wind. Do you want to eat more porridge? No, I want to take advantage of the good weather right now, so we're going to keep moving.
Too much stuff to carry.
Oh, I say good weather, and apparently the wind is saying that this is not good weather. If I keep this torch lit, I'll go ahead and do another mapping. If not, I'm going to quickly take advantage of this, then I can save here and put a power break in. Basically, I'm going to go explore the cave. If we can't keep the torch. I think we're going to be able to keep the torch. It's uncomfortably on that line where you can't keep fires going, but you can keep fires going. So there's this little corner up here. This is actually a really nice corner of this map. I don't come up here often because it's a one-way up, one-way down. So if you're in bad weather and you're gotta go past a wolf or something, it can be a pain. But I know the signal tower is one of the places up here we need to map, so we're gonna work our way along to that. And yeah, as you can see, this place isn't wolf safe. There are wolves up here. Because there's only one way up and one way down. If you get cornered up here, you can get into a bit of problems. So this is Muskeg Overlook. So Muskeg Overlook and the signal tower here are both places we need to map for Faithful Cartographer. We're going to try to find a bit of wind shelter here, where we can see everything reasonably. Let's start up a fire. I don't necessarily need to get warm with this fire, so I just need this fire to take the cold off.
That's done.
Because of the wind, we are very cold. But it is only minus 17, so apparently I've just got enough sticks. We can do this with sticks. Okay. There we go. Muskeg Overlook and the signal towers. That's what we're looking for up here. Come back and check on potentially doing something with that fire. So if you interact with that, that will make the next night an aurora. We kind of don't want that right now, so we're not going to do that. This supply bin will often have stuff you need for that repair. So I don't need any of these items because we'll use those items in that thing. So we'll just go ahead and drop those back. Right here. And usually that's the battery you need for that. Okay, so I need that piece of clothing. The crackers aren't bad. Keep the crackers. No, definitely don't need the piece of clothing. It's a ruined piece of clothing. Yeah, so I think that's all the fun stuff over here. Did have a nice warm fire. Fire. Well, we probably had the wind transfer in such a way that we're actually in the wind shelter here. Let's get a warming up bonus while we're here, so we can walk on with our warming up bonus. I'm gonna go ahead and make, yeah, the birch bark tea effect is gone, so we'll make another thing of birch bark tea. And a thing of porridge. I'm actually not that worried. It's a little early today to sleep. So I might actually make some peach pie. Yeah, we'll do the peach pie before the roasted pie. And the weather's going a bit more grim. It's also a little bit more windy, which is a problem. Hopefully, let me get my pie. Cooked. We gotta go. And we'll scarf this down. Again, not necessarily ideal for recovery. But by scarfing it down like that, we basically got most of our condition, or most of our fatigue back. So in a situation like right now, where we're not really planning on sleeping right away, that's a good thing.
Something's gotta go.
Yeah, we're gonna leave some torches behind. I'm pulling out the torches is not to waste the fuel, because we're not going to come up back up here for charcoal. That's the other reason to potentially let a high-hour fire burn out of its own accord, is to maximize the amount of charcoal you get from it. I suppose if the wind is going to die down, we do some torches assembly here. Well, and these in the sticks. The lighter is sticks. Oh, we're not even that overnight. I'll just take the extra fuel. Then don't take the extra torches. Okay, so the plan for what's left of this part is I'm going to make my way down to the cave. We're going to go into the cave and we're going to look for coal, mainly. If we find 2 pieces of coal, we'll be happy for the immediate situation. Else, well, else I'll just be unhappy. It won't really change anything. But we're going to go in there, and when we get the save for going through the transition, that's going to be a good place for me to put the part break in. So if you're watching YouTube, I hope you've been enjoying it. Probably getting a little ahead of myself in the outro here, because it'll take a little while to walk down there. But yeah, that is where I'm going to go ahead and put the end in. So basically, if you're watching at this point, you're watching to see if anything goes horribly wrong on the way to that cave. And, well, one possible horrible ending is that wolf eats me. Well, we'll see if that happens. I don't think it's going to happen. As you can see, there's another wolf up here. This is a nice area except for the wolves, which describes a lot of places on Stalker. Less so on Interloper, but describes a lot of places on Stalker. It's a great place except for the wolves. But yeah, as you can see, there's plenty of fuel around. It's just got wolves. And this is a place with one way in, one way out. So if you get into a situation where you got a wolf stalking you, and it's between you and the way out, oh dear. Oh wait, this is... I was about to say this is a good place for me to get the wolf to stop. Oh, there it comes. Wolf, I have a stone that doesn't have your name on it, but is here to lure you into the torch. Because I am a man, I have fire, and fire is apparently scary to some animals. But yeah, as is often the case in Interloper difficulty, when you've got really good clothing, I do. When the weather looks bad, but isn't, like, windy, like, this isn't windy, this just looks terrible. This is actually really good weather for traveling, apparently. Because, often when it's a nice sunny day, you tend to get sunny, windy days, or sunny, cold days, and both of those are what makes your character cold. Whereas when it's, like, overcast and stuff, often it's not as cold, for whatever reason. Don't know why. Though, you do have to pay to start a fire in this weather, right? I have to basically pay a match to get a fire started. So if I do end up cold, it's more expensive to fix in this weather. Whereas if it's sunny, you can use a magnifying lens and use that to get warm real quick. Well, if you're watching YouTube, there'll be another part up tomorrow, because at this point, I don't think we're going to get eaten by a wolf. So this part should end without dying. And if it ends without dying, I'm going to record another part for tomorrow. There's the cave. Highly unlikely at this point the run is going to spectacularly end before the cave. So I hope you have all been enjoying it. This is around about where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. We'll take the charcoal out of that. Only 2 pieces, but that we had 4, now we're back up to 4 after losing 2. That's not bad. There's also a cave that, depending upon how you walk, sometimes you can nab those couple pieces.
Too heavy.
So I wish you all the best of luck and a good time until the next part. This is where I'm going to go ahead and put the part break in. I think it is time for me to replace my cup of tea, so this will probably be a little bit longer of a part break than normal for those of you on Twitch. If you're watching on YouTube, the next part will be up tomorrow. So until then, have a good time. Bye for now.